Hello everybody and welcome to Mrs. Wilson's Writing Tips. This week we're going to be focusing on figurative language, and this video is suitable for all Key Stage 2 pupils. Now last week we focused on something called show don't tell, and here is an example just to recap. So instead of telling the reader he was petrified, you can show a character's feelings through their face, through their body language, through their voice. So for example, his eyes were wide with fright and his mouth was opened in horror. His knees were shaking and he covered his face with his hands. He spoke slowly and his voice quivered. He could barely get out a few words. So this is a really good technique to improve your writing because it lets the reader know how a character is feeling without actually telling them. Okay, so you're more than welcome to look at that video again by looking at St. Joseph Barking videos and finding it there. This week, however, we're going to focus on something else which will improve our descriptive writing. This time we're looking at something called figurative language. Why do we use figurative language? Well, it uses words and ideas to suggest meaning and create mental images. So for example, my dog is as smelly as dirty socks. It immediately puts an image into our heads about how smelly that dog is. Okay, the wind whistled throughout the day is also an example of figurative language. So if you can try and incorporate this type of language into your writing will automatically become a lot better and far more descriptive. I'm now going to show you a funny little video clip all about some different types of figurative language that you can use in your writing. Enjoy.
Figurative language devices! Figurative language uses figures of speech to be more effective, persuasive, and impactful. Similes! Similes compare one thing to another using the words like or as. As cold as ice. The classroom was buzzing like a beehive. As sly as a fox. Metaphors! Metaphors compare one thing to another without using like or as. My teacher is a dragon. She is a shining star. You are my sunshine. Onomatopoeia! Onomatopoeia is a word that imitates the natural sounds of a thing. The dog will bark when I walk past. The race car driver revved his engine. I love the sound of sizzling bacon. Personification! Personification is when a thing, idea, or animal is given human attributes. Lightning danced across the sky. My alarm clock yells at me every morning. The birds sung with joy. Alliteration! Alliteration is when a number of words have the same first consonant sound. The lion licked his lips. Those horses have heavy hooves. The red roses were wrapped in ribbon. Simile! Time is as valuable as money. Metaphor! Time is money. Onomatopoeia! Did you forget to flush the toilet? Personification! The last piece of cake was calling my name. Alliteration! The sly, slithering snake snuck into the shed. That's the end of our video. Bye-bye now.
Well, I hope you enjoyed that video. I'm now going to recap some aspects of figurative language that I will later quiz you on. So the first one is simile. A simile compares two things by using the words like or as. Your eyes sparkle like diamonds. The classroom looked like a tornado had gone through. I tiptoed as quietly as a mouse. Similes always include the words like or as. Metaphor. Metaphor is very similar to a simile, but a metaphor doesn't use the words like or as. So for example, laughter is music for the soul. You are my sunshine. Those ideas are food for thought. Metaphors say one thing is another. Personification. This gives human qualities to animals, non-living objects or ideas. The stars danced in the sky. In the jungle, the lion sings tonight. That cake is calling my name. So, personification gives something non-human the qualities of a person. This one, hyperbole. This one wasn't included in the video that we saw with the Muppets. However, it is a good one to know. And what it is an obvious exaggeration to make a point. So, for example, she knows everything about maths. You are the best teacher in the entire universe. My hands are ice cold. Similes and metaphors can also be examples of hyperbole. We're now going to do a quiz. So if you'd like to get yourself a pen or pencil, something to write on, piece of paper, and then you can take part in this quiz against someone in your household, potentially. At the end of every question, I will be revealing the answers, so you can mark it yourself as we go along. And if you're doing this on your own, make sure you have a go before I reveal the answer. I will give you time to pause the video. Okay, question number 1. My phone shouted at me from the other side of the room. Is this a simile, metaphor, personification, or hyperbole? Pause the video now. The answer, of course, is personification. His heart was broken. What is this an example of? The answer is, of course, metaphor. Your name sounds like music to my ears. Pause the video now. The answer is simile. There's no river wide enough to keep me from getting to you. Pause the video. This was a tricky one. The answer is hyperbole. And that's the end of the quick quiz. Thank you for watching my figurative language tips. Please give it a go next time your teacher gives you a writing task, especially if it's got anything to do with description, and I'm sure you will really impress them with your amazing writing. Thank you for watching. Have a lovely day.